So appreciate everybody joining us for another video. I kind of you got the background to my history in one of the prior videos, so you know that hopefully some of the information I'm giving is relevant to you. One thing I wanted to talk about today, which I learned very early on in my real estate investing career, was the concept of marketing and what that means. Not marketing like Super Bowl marketing, not marketing like television, like your big corporation marketing, because that's not really relevant to real estate investors, and that's not really relevant to your average person that's building a business. The kind of marketing that I'm talking about is backyard marketing, as I don't know, kind of always just called it that, which is you have to know how to operate within your geographic boundary, usually localized. If you're going to take it nationally, I don't really know how to do that. What I do know is locally how to get in front of your clientele. I learned that very early is, find out, okay, what's my target client? And then where are the majority of them? Okay, how do I reach the majority of them in a targeted fashion within a budget? And when I was wholesaling, that was kind of where we learned to market. And one of the easiest ones to do, or a lot of things that any investor does, and they still do, and they still should do, was mailers. We used to do a lot of mailers, and we would try different things, bandit signs, everything. A lot of people ask me what my number one marketing technique is, and the truth is there is no number one. There is no magic secret, unfortunately. Marketing is actually a few things. It's medium, which is message, medium, and consistency. How are you delivering, which is the medium, which is the mailers, which is the television, which is whatever you choose is fine. It's going to work. It's going to get the phone to ring. And then the message, which is, how are you delivering the message? Are you creating a sense of urgency? Do you have a call to action? But I found more importantly than anything else was consistency with marketing. So marketing is something I do every day. It's the highest level use of a business owner's time, in my opinion. Sure, you could outsource the marketing to some extent, but you better understand it very intimately compared to almost anything in your business. That and your P&L. Understand your marketing and your P&L very, very clearly. And then if you have good, talented people or yourself that converts the transactions as they come in, you've got yourself something there. So marketing, though, consistency is everything. It's where I see most people fall short when they're trying to generate business, is because they typically will go ahead and let's use mailers, for example. Let's say I'm doing a mailing campaign. They go, oh, okay, I'm going to send out 5,000 mailers. They spend $2,500, send out 5,000 mailers to get a few phone calls. Maybe they don't know their market for real estate investors. So they don't know what to do with the phone calls. They don't know how to analyze the deal. They don't know how to sell it. And they get a few phone calls and then they don't do any deals and they go, oh, it doesn't work. That's not how you're supposed to do marketing. Marketing campaigns should be built out for 6 months to a year. You should be marketing every single day, and you should know what your foundational marketing pieces are. Typically what I do is I'll have I look at it like an octopus, so you'll have 8 arms out, or 10 arms out, or 20 arms out at any given time. So you have different forms of marketing, because some are hot sometimes, some are cold. You're trying to figure out why, but you're constantly looking at it and tracking it. But you never want to have one single lead source out there only. So you have the consistency of having, let's just say 5 pieces of marketing that are always out there that you're figuring out what's working, what's not, tweak it, this, that, and the other. But if you don't give yourself the platform to work from, which would be the consistency, then you don't know what to change. If you don't know what to change, then you don't know what's working and what's not. So you want to build things out for 6 months to 12 months and run them through. Have the budget to do it. Don't just set up to do one big mailer and blow your budget. If you have $5,000, spread that over 6 months and understand, because also during those 6 months, especially if you're a new investor, you're going to be learning your market during that time. You're going to be you're going to think to yourself, man, if I knew what I knew then and that I had that lead back then, I could have really done this with it. So those kind of things happen. But truly with marketing, you need to be consistent. There is no magic. You want to tweak it. You always want to improve, right? That's our inevitable nature, is to improve, get more efficient. So I find that in marketing, the secret sauce is consistency. It is not one magical source. It is not one magical method. It is not one magical message. They all work. It's a matter of delivering it constantly and understanding how to tweak it and tracking your own stuff. Things like different phone numbers associated with different pieces of marketing help tracking. Internet's amazing. If you're using social media, you then have the perspective of looking at it and saying, okay, who viewed this? How they view it? What's the demographic of who viewed it? I mean, it's creepy how much information you can get on social media with your marketing, but and it's intense. So marketing, the magic is consistency.